Horsetails is proudly brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Agriculture. South Carolina, a true leader in the equine industry. Hey folks, finally, and I will get to the finally in a minute, we're here at the trailhead of the Jehrico Trail in the Francis Marion National Forest. I've had a lot of people ask me, say, hey David, where's a good place to ride? And I said, you know, good friend Greg Grochowski said, let's try the Jehrico Trail. So after a roundabout trip that we couldn't find each other, here we are, Greg. Tell me about the Jehrico Trail.
Hey, this is going to be great. Jehrico Trail was named after, no, it wasn't named after Francis Marion, but it's in the Francis Marion National Forest.
Right.
What's significant is we have these tackies, we've got Francis Marion, and this is where history was made.
And folks, I promise you this morning we made a little history of our own. Eric, what do you think about it? You glad to be here?
I'm always glad to be here, Dave. It was a nice trip down through the old Santee River and down here in the Francis Marion National Forest. We had a little episode trying to find it, but we finally made it up here, so we're good to go for the rest of the day.
Now, I want to know how it is that you got here and thought this was the wrong place.
Well, Greg, we got here, you were nowhere to be found, and you were going to be 15 minutes ahead of us, and you wasn't here. So we've been riding around for an hour trying to find you, and we finally succeeded.
Now,
here we are.
Admit it, David Grant just couldn't wait 1 minute, could he?
I don't know if it was David or Eric.
Eric King couldn't wait 1 minute.
Two very impatient men.
Two impatient men couldn't wait.
Folks, we got a special guest here all the way from Germany. Greg, introduce your friend here.
This is my good friend and neighbor, Werner Wusich. And you guys won't understand a thing he says, but go ahead and try to say something.
Okay, first my name is Wünsche, not Wuschek. And I'm glad to be here on the Jehrico Trail.
This is a special trail because, as we're going to learn a little bit, your buddy thought you were going to lose your life on this trail.
Oh, this was because my buddy's horse spooked a little and backed up when I fell off the bridge.
No, I think your buddy's horse did just fine. It was your horse.
Well, folks, we're going to mix it up a little bit today. I call it the big camera we're doing the opening with. We're going to take our GoPros and our small handhelds to show you a little bit what makes the Francis Marion Trail so special. And once again, out here, out and about, Francis Marion at one time or the other did traverse this area. So it's pretty neat, pretty special. So folks, come right along with the PD Cowboy and to the game, today's version of Swamp Cowboys. All my life, I've been obsessed with horses. I was curious and wanted to see other people's love for their horses and their stories. I'm David Grant, the PD Cowboy, and along with some incredible horse owners, I want to share the story of horses and the people that have a passion for them. Horsetails is proudly brought to you by Warren Coca Pecans, now buying for the fall. Anderson Brothers Bank, the only choice for your banking needs. South Florence Feed and Seed, price, quality, and service. They have all three, and featuring Nutrina Feeds. South Carolina Horsemen's Council, the voice of the horse in South Carolina.
Take a moment to think about the food you buy and eat. Is it fresh? I mean really fresh. Or is it shipped from a grower hundreds or even thousands of miles away? Well, here in South Carolina, we celebrate fresh, locally grown food and unforgettable meals with family and friends. They are time-honored traditions that go back generations. Season after season, our state's farmers help make those meals memorable, with delicious produce like sweet corn, butter beans, and cucumbers that taste just perfect. Agriculture has always been at the heart of who we are. Just trace its roots and you'll see that the farmers who work to bring the freshest, best tasting food to your table, they aren't so different from you or me. So, choose food that's rooted right here. Choose certified SC grown. It's a matter of taste.
You are the heart of our community.
You work hard every day, but sometimes money gets tight.
You still have dreams and may need a personal loan to help make them come true.
Anderson Brothers Bank, where we're locally owned and care more about you than your credit score.
We understand your dreams are unique and want to help you find the best way to realize them.
The loan process at Anderson Brothers Bank is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Anderson Brothers Bank. We know behind every personal loan is a person.
Eric, we just passed Gamble's Crossroads, getting ready to cross the Santee River. A lot of history down here, right up here on the right, where I caught my first hog, and we went hog hunting at Lex places a couple months ago. Remember that?
Yeah, we did.
And another little historical tidbit, right past this old Santee River, off to the right about 7-8 miles is where Francis Marion tomb is. His plantation is under the water now, the old Bell Isle, and then when they backed the water up, they moved his grave over there. Pretty interesting stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I didn't know we was having a history lesson, but it's a good history lesson, something I had never heard of. When I was in high school, we used to come down here and do a float trip in the summertime. About the only time I've been on the old Santee River till we come hog hunting about a month or so ago down here.
It's really intriguing. Now, the history was only a course I actually passed in high school.
They'll be proud of you today, David.
Yeah, I hear you. But Gamble's, in several of the books I read about Francis Marion, Gamble's Crossroads, there's a lot of mention of that in history. And what really intrigues me, we're getting ready to cross the Santee River in this very nice truck and a little 4 trailer going down to film the Jehrico Trail ride. But Francis Marion back then, if the ferry wasn't intact, they had to swim the horses across. You know, but right here is the Santee River. If they wanted to get across it, they had to swim across it. It don't matter if it was summer, winter, or whatever. Some tough fellas back then, wasn't it?
They were cowboys.
Hey folks, we heading out, and this is a shout out to my little Marsh Tacky Stud DP. We didn't really realize we brought him because he was slow and easy for the William DeFell, the camera guy, to do. And lo and behold, we got 2 mares with him today, and no action yet, folks. We might have a little Marsh Tacky colt by the time we get through with this trail ride. Hey guys, let's ride on.
Hold on, DP.
Folks, in the hoofbeats of Francis Marion and his militia, can you imagine he'd go back and forth from Charleston to Georgetown and coming through the swamp, the Santee swamp here? As you can see how boggy it is, and this beautiful little Blackwater Creek in here, that's how he eluded the British and give us a free America. Folks, it's a great day out here on the Jehrico Trail. Even though it's early June, bugs are moderate.
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Of course, these little tacky horses can take it pretty good. Folks, come right along. We're not through yet.
Eric's already complaining that the trail's too long for him.
Horsetails is proudly brought to you by Equine Dynamics. See Mike Stein for all your farrier needs, proudly serving North and South Carolina. Warren Coker Hay, simply the best coastal Bermuda hay in the Southeast. Nationwide, when a cowboy rides, he rides with Nationwide on his side. The South Carolina Department of Agriculture, promoting and nurturing agriculture in the great state of South Carolina.
Farmers are always planning for higher yields, more diversity, expanding opportunities. Nationwide and your local agent want to help your farm last through the generations. As the #1 farm insurer in the country, Nationwide can help you achieve your goals. We stand for you.
Don't go racing around looking for your car loan. At Anderson Brothers Bank, we keep you on track from start to finish. Anderson Brothers Bank. Right car, right payment, right now.
Running on bald tires? Is your air conditioning struggling? Checked your brakes recently? Come see Morrell Tire Service for all your auto service needs. Featuring a complete line of Michelin tires. From trucks to horse trailers and sports cars to first cars. Michelin is safe when new and safe when worn. Stop in and see why we are your trusted Michelin dealer and repair specialists. Morrell Tire, Latta, South Carolina.
Folks, did you hear that clip clop of those horses? This little horse has got shoes on. I'll tell you a little tidbit that Francis Marion learned the hard way. If you're crossing a bridge and you're trying to surprise the British, you need to take croaker sacks and put them across the hooves to muffling. But anyway, a fur piece from here, Francis Marion was trying to slip across Black Mingo Creek to surprise Colonel William Ball that was camped in a cabin there. Well, long story short, William Ball wasn't no dummy. He had scouts out and listening in case of a surprise attack, an ambush. And sure enough, he heard them coming, so it's a pretty intense battle. The rumor was, or the story was, that Francis Marion did win the battle and captured Colonel William Ball's prize steed. And they said he was a Chickasaw bred horse raised in the limestone pastures around our present day Santee. And folks, that's an interesting tidbit there. And Francis Marion, they said after that, whenever they were getting ready to cross a bridge for a surprise attack, he made double sure that they wrapped their horses in croaker sacks to muffle the sound. And folks, that's your PD Cowboy historical tip of the day.
This is the bridge that we've ridden 10 miles so I could show you, because this is where I thought, what am I going to do with my, we are 10 miles away from the truck right now. So I'm riding my Arabian mare. Werner's riding his old feeder pony. No, he's a good horse. So we started going over this bridge. I went first. My horse went up, stopped for a second because it looked a little scary, and kept going. Your horse comes up here and starts to dance right here. And I started yelling, jump off, jump off, jump off. Well, he's trying to control the horse. The horse turns like this, backs off, The horse steps
A
off.
little more.
What?
A little more.
A little more. I do a backflip here. Steps off the bridge, and as he's going backwards, all I can think is, we are 10 miles away, and I don't think I have cell phone coverage. Although maybe I hear your phone ringing. Comes all the way back, and he lands perfectly backwards in the water, and neither he or the horse got hurt.
Horse and rider.
Horse and rider. The horse went backwards, but Werner, you were pretty smart. When you were going back, you let go of the reins.
Correct.
Because I was afraid you were going to pull the horse onto you and that horn would have hit you, which would have made it for a nightmare. But the only thing he was worried about when he came up out of the water was his phone in his pocket.
Correct.
That was the only thing he wasn't worried about the horse, he wasn't worried about his body, he was worried about the phone in his pocket and getting out and see if it was okay. That's all he cared about. And I'm like, are you okay? Is the horse okay? The horse kind of struggled and he got up and she was fine. But I don't want to do that again.
Your version?
I guess so. It's, every time is something new, you know, when you go riding with Greg.
Oh yeah. Well, he probably thought he was hog hunting.
Yeah.
Folks, you know the old PD cowboy's got to have the last word. So follow me, because this is the bridge over troubled waters. Pull my horse in. Folks, we're standing right in the middle of Francis Marion National Forest and a little savanna, if you may. As you can see, different grasses, different out here. I can only imagine that Francis Marion, after he had done a little skirmish, running here to elude the British to rest. Back then, his militia rode their own horses. They didn't bring grain and hay, so their horses had to forage a lot like they did, shooting squirrels or whatever. So if they would give out, if the weather permitted, they might come in here and just camp for a week to get a little R&R, let the horses gain a little weight. That right in here, it's just so intriguing to me, guys, riding through here. Yes, it's kind of a medium speed ride with a little bit of bridges, but I tell you, you can ride through here and just listen. You can just listen and that breeze blows you just by here. Francis Marion coming through somewhat how we are here today. And folks, let's ever forget the price that's paid for our country, for our freedom, and people like Francis Marion, the price they paid. Straight by. folks, the PD Cowboy Redneck Trail tip of the day. Folks, you out here and the yellow fly spray wears off, cut you a little branch, and you kind of rub it on their ears like that, get rid of that old yellow fly, down on his nose like that, and it works pretty good with the top of your cowboy hat. But folks, make sure you desensitize your horse at home. If not, there might be a rodeo. Horsetails is proudly brought to you by Morrell Tire, working tirelessly for all your automotive needs. South Florence Feed and Seed, proudly offering Tribune Equine Nutrition. Southern States, your local farm supply store. Equestrian Images, exceptional equine photography and video services.
Southern States carefully crafts every bag of Legends horse feed with the highest quality ingredients available. The Legends superior line of specially formulated feeds will help keep your horses happy, healthy, and in peak form. You and your horse have a special bond. To keep that bond everlasting, Legends horse feeds can accommodate every type of nutritional need a horse might have. Legends, redefining what horse feed should be. Visit your local Southern States dealer to see which Legends feed is best for your horse.
At Anderson Brothers Bank, we have the right formula for your car loan. Doing loans the big banks won't, at rates finance companies don't. Get on the right track with the right car, the right payment, and get to the finish line in record time. Anderson Brothers Bank.
South Carolina Commissioner of Agriculture Hugh Weathers. Agriculture is made known to our consumers in South Carolina through what we call certified SC grown. That label identifies what our farmers are producing. People love it, and it's a great way to connect farmers and consumers. So look for certified SC grown if you're traveling through South Carolina.
Folks, we got two riders moving left to right. One way the old Lucid Francis Marion got his name is that all of a sudden he'd come out of somewhere and go to nowhere. Can you imagine right there if you were the British, you was trying to keep up with him, you might see him and then poof, he's vanished out thin air. That's a matter of 30, 35 seconds, folks. And these little tacky horses, when they're done and grew the colors, they just kind of disappear.
We're riding back. We went 12 miles one way, and now we turned around. Everybody's butt is sore. We're about 5 miles out. Horses are done. We're done. It's been a great ride, but we all are getting trailer sour. Oh yeah, and poor William hasn't ridden a horse in 7 years. First ride back, we take him 24 miles. That's nice of us. That's what friends do.
Folks, like the Western movie said, the long, hard ride. This Jehrico Trail is a 19-mile loop. We covered 12 miles one way and 12 miles back. And I got fanny fatigue, folks. But I highly recommend this. What do you say, guys?
It was fun. It was good. It was a hot day, but we were in the shade the entire time. The bugs weren't bad. I thought it was fun.
Vernon, how about it?
I enjoyed it, and I like to do it again sometime.
Eric, you kind of go further than most of us, trail riding, different places, especially in the mountains. Tell us about the Jehrico Trail in June.
It's very nice. Even though it's 91 degrees, a lot of canopy. We stayed under a lot of canopy, a bunch of bridge crossing. I'd recommend it. It's nothing like the mountains, but it's nothing like the Francis Marion National Forest either.
And folks, like I say, we just felt, we brought you a lot of little history tidbits today. We just felt like we wanted to show you what South Carolina has to offer. South Carolina, smiling faces, beautiful places. As you see, smiling faces. But I would recommend this, folks. If you want to find out about the Jehrico Trail, just go to the JehricoTrail.com, Francis Marion National Forest. All the information right there. Even though me and Greg got lost this morning, me and Eric got lost this morning, you probably can find it. And folks, until next week, keep your reins low and your hands quiet, and let the good Lord bless you each day. And we're going to get on out of here.